Welcome back to the Roundabout series. This is part 4. The first 3 were aimed at people understanding roundabouts, getting to a good standard. Now we're at good standard, we're going to do a more advanced one. So this roundabout I'm going to go to now, I'm going to keep getting on and getting off, and I'm going to approach them from different angles. It's got at least, I think, 5 exits, maybe 6. And it's also got, some of it has got lights on it at the same time. So it's going to be slightly spiral roundabout, slightly not. So it's going to be a little bit of everything in it. It's going to be interesting how we get on. I'll do a commentary what I'm doing, and I'll try and make things easier to explain. Hopefully it'll make things easier for you. Let's get driving. So, spiral roundabouts, or combination of spiral roundabout and lights on it. It's a big one, so let's get cracking on it, and I'll try and make it easy. I'll try and make it explain as best I can, and we'll get going. So at the end of it, we're going to be going left. So ahead of us is the roundabout I've mentioned, and we'll take the, let me just think for a second. 1, 2, 3. We'll go to Wolverton, 4th exit. So as we approach it, what you tend to get also on big roundabouts is sometimes you get 2 roundabout signs. The first one tells you the major areas, second one tells you the little estates. So we're going to Wolverton. You can see on the sign there's quite a lot on it, and it's 1, 2, 3. It looks like 3, possibly 4 there. So I'm going to approach it in the right lane to start off with. Check in, come across to the right, and it's saying that MK East, 2 lanes for that, and that's where I want to go, MK East. So I'm already in the wrong lane to start with, but I'm not too worried. 3 lanes on the roundabout. There's the first exit straight in front of me. Yes, they're saying 2 lanes. This right lane and the middle lane is going the same way. So I'm going to put my foot down and get ahead of this van and check to come across. And I'm letting him know I'm coming across. So there's my exit. Keep an eye on the lights. Check my mirrors. Signalling to come off. So it's a 3rd exit, not 4th. So I got it wrong, but I wasn't too worried. What was important is that I was aware of my exit I wanted to come off on, and I was also aware of the traffic on my left, on my blind spot. So what we're going to do is, rather than stop and edit it, we're just going to turn around at the next roundabout and come back, and just keep it rolling so you can see everything what's going on. So I'll keep doing the commentary. So we're approaching this roundabout. It's a standard one, 4 exits. We're going to do a U-turn all the way around to come back. 4th exit, simple as that. Check my mirrors to the right, signalling, slowing myself down like we've been practicing, and changing that gear before the bend, just like we've done on the previous roundabouts on the videos. And I'm approaching in the right lane to go all the way around, checking to the right, slowing down for a second, let that black car get ahead of me, entering to go all the way around. And when we get back to that big roundabout, I'll just decide what exit I want to take. Now, I'll try to take the first one, because that's going to be the easy one, isn't it? The left's easier for everyone. It's either going to be ahead or right. They're the hard things on these, and that's what people worry about. They see the sign and the fact that there's actually more than 4 exits on them, and there's loads of information on the roundabout sign. It kind of scares people, and you've got to just say to yourself, well, just break it down to what I want, look at the exit I need and count them off. So we'll start off with 2nd exit. So it shouldn't be too tricky. So if we look at it there, no, we'll take the 3rd exit, because 2nd exit takes me up miles away. It's going to take me on a dual carriageway. So I'll take the 3rd exit. So I'm going to go to the right lane to start with. Nothing too hard. And because it's going to go ahead, it's actually slightly ahead. I'm going to just stick a right signal on to go 3rd exit. Lights are on green. There's the 1st exit. I'm going to come to the middle because I want to kind of plan to come off. I don't want to be in the right lane. There's the 2nd exit, and see it's coming across, lead me into the left lane, and I'm signalling for the 3rd exit to come off. Lights are on green. Pay attention to the lights; they might change. I'm going. It's an interesting lights one because you've got to bear in mind what's behind you. when the lights change. So when you approach lights, and I'll explain this a bit more because it's quite important. So I'm going to go to the next roundabout and come back. So while I'm doing it, I'll talk about lights because it's an important one. If it's red, you've got to stop, simple as that. If you go for a red light, there's a risk of injury because the car could be coming from the other direction because it's gone on green, and you'll definitely fail your test for it. If you're approaching the lights and they're on green, you've got to approach it at a safe speed. There's no point in speeding up because there's a possibility that they're going to change on you. So approach it at a speed that you can go through it safely and stop if you think it's okay to stop. And that's why it's important when you approach anything, you check your mirrors so you're aware of what's behind you, how close they are. When they do a right, U-turn and come back. So if you're about to go past some lights and you decent speed, and as you get about, say you're doing 25 mile an hour and you're about a car length away and it starts to change, it's probably wiser to keep going through on the amber, because if you broke hard, there's a risk you're going to not stop at the right point because you're too close to it and you're going to go straight past it or even skid. Anyways, but if you can brake safely and stop before the white line, before the stop line, then you find stop, and that's what you've got to remember. Now, if there's someone right behind you closely, then you've got to try and manage them, so slowing down a little bit on the approach to a green light's probably wise, and then that way you've got time to stop. But you've also got to bear in mind, if you are about to stop, how close is that they're going to hit the back of the car. There's lots of variations and you've got to weigh up the pros and cons, but don't go for a red light. That's the answer. So, fourth exit this time, instead of third, going towards Newport Pagnell. So I've got a better idea what it's like there. So we're heading on this sign here, it says Newport Pagnell or Bedford, it'll say on it. So it's fourth exit. So I'm going to go to the right lane because I was in the wrong lane last time. So let's check the mirrors, signals to the right. Like I say, this is what could happen if you go to an area that you don't know, because 9 times out of 10 when you're visiting friends and family, you won't know the area. There's your first exit. I'm in the right lane, second and fourth exit. There's your first exit, sorry, second exit in front of me. Now, I can come across to the left. Now, if it's busy, don't worry about it. I'm going to stay in the right lane because there's traffic there. The light's changing, so I'm cancelling my signal because I want to start planning them coming off. Now, I can't get in the left lane, there's too much traffic. There's the third exit, I want the one after. So I'm going to use the middle lane there, and the middle lane is going to become a dual carriageway coming off the roundabout. So it's going to help me. So there's no panic to get in that left lane straight away. See, there's a big queue still. See? And then they stay in the left lane. I stick the signal on and then go into the right lane coming off. And as I go past the traffic, I bring myself back in the left lane. Now, I'm not going to go in the left lane because I'm going to do a right turn and come back. Because it seems pointless going in the left lane to come straight back out. So I'm going to do a right turn to go all the way around to come back. So yeah, if you can't get in the left lane and you know it's going to be a dual carriageway coming off, then stay in the other lane rather than force your way in. But once you're off the roundabout, then get back to the left lane when you can. So this time we're going to take the road ahead, a little bit more tricky because there's a choice of road ahead on this one. I know we're going to take the third exit we'll take. Third exit. So ahead. Now look at the sign there on the approach. Left lane goes left, middle lane and right lane go ahead. And it's saying MK West ahead. So I'm going to head third exit. And the lights control the traffic, and if people are worried about hill starts, because it's on a hill here, then I'll put a link in the description for hill starts below. If you want to watch the one on hill starts, made easier. So the lights control the traffic, but I still check to my right, especially if I'm at the front of the queue, just in case someone tries to jump the light. And it's bringing you to the left like it would normally do on a normal roundabout. Check to the left, first exit. Right? Now normally you come off here. Well, that green sign tells me I can go ahead. I'm slowing down for the light, so that car's jumped through then. He could have quite easily stopped then, because there's a nice big gap behind him. So that's wrong. If you can stop, stop. Now, going back to this, second exit in front of me, I want the third, which is the one after that. It's quite important, you've got to go to the left lane on the roundabout, because there's that space in the middle there you could drift, and that's what people get accidents for. They don't stick to the lane. So as I move forward, I'm going to go to the left on the roundabout. It looks like I'm coming off, but I'm not, because it leads on. So you've got a choice. If I was coming off, I'd be indicating, but I'm not. There's my left lane. I'm checking my mirrors and letting them know I'm coming off, but I'll stick to the left side. I don't drift into the middle. And I'm checking what's happening on my right, and there's a black car in the middle lane, indicating slowing down because he's in the wrong lane. Everyone's braking for him, and it's planning it on the big ones. So you've got to plan. You've got to plan all the time. I want to get off. I want to get off at some point. So if you find yourself in the far lane, like a black car did then, and he can't get off because all the traffic in his left, then don't get off. Go get back in the right lane. Go round. Don't force your way off, cause an accident. So we're going back to the roundabout to come back again. So yeah, when you're on these big roundabouts, they are a bit scary, especially for first time. And what I suggest people do is get used to the roundabout in your area. If you've got one like this where it's quite big, and just start off with left turns on it to kind of get used to the traffic flow, how much it is. So we're just going to do a U-turn if we can, right all the way around to come back. And I'm slowing down for the traffic and taking my time because there's a road closure on my left. It's a smallish roundabout, and heading back to that big one again. Now this time I'm going to make it a little bit harder for myself. I'm going to be going round the roundabout, a bit like a U-turn, but not taking the last exit. I'm going to take the one before. So if I have to think about this one, I'm not sure how many exits it is. 1, 2, 3, possibly 5. So I'm going to try and get off at the exit heading towards Milton Keynes East, which is across to my right. So I'm going to need the right lane to start with, but I don't know what exit number it is until I get there. And this is what you could be confronted with when you go to areas that you don't know, and the sat-nav saying go right 4th exit or 5th exit. You're thinking, what do I do? What do I do? Well, if there's as much as that, you want to be on the right side to start with. So here's your roundabout sign coming up, and I want to be going towards Milton Keynes West. 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go right. And with it being a big roundabout, sometimes you've got 2 lanes on the roundabout, sometimes you've got 3. It varies depending on whereabouts you enter. First exit's on the left. I'm waiting for the traffic, and you've got to be patient and gas and go. And I can see the traffic ahead of me slowing down, so there must be lights around there. I think there is. There's your first exit. The lights have changed, so I'm not going to go too fast. I'm going all the way around. Keep an eye on the lights, quite important. There's a second exit. Now, I don't want to go to the middle just yet, it might be too soon. I'm cancelling my signal because I'm going to start planning on coming out. There's a third exit in front of me. And you see it's going to go into the 2 lanes again. I'm going to go to the middle because I'm trying to plan about going round to get off. Because I don't want to be in the right lane, I want to think about coming off. And it's leading me to the left lane again. So see how if I stayed in the right lane, which is fine, I've got to come across then at that point. Checking my lights, checking my mirrors, and coming off. So it is a tricky roundabout. And like I say, at the beginning I was in the wrong lane, but I didn't panic about it. I checked my mirrors and checked the blind spot, and I was aware of what's on the left, because you're always going to go to your left to come off. So I'm hoping this video on a trickier roundabout, more advanced, gives you an idea. It's all about trying to get your exit, and it's easier if you know your exit. But if you're like me, travel around here and there, you're going to go to areas that you don't know, and you're going to be confronted with things like roundabouts that you've never seen before, with 5 or even 6 exits on them. The important thing is try and know your exit. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. What's more important is how you're getting off. So you've got to start to plan it. So if you're taking the 5th or 6th exit and you're in the right lane, at some point you've got to come across to the middle or come across to the left. So don't leave it all till the end. And if you like the videos, click on like, and I'll get another video on roundabouts coming up soon. Take care, safe driving.